We have fun, you know? What is a generator?
Like a fine-tuned engine.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Right?
You're not wrong. You don't have to clean. You don't have to clean anymore. It's fine. You can just be in the room. Hi, I'm Vanessa Henry, and I'm a 6'2" manifester.
I'm Derek Henry, and I'm a 6'2" generator.
And this is our show, On the Roof.
Toma.
I wanted to show what it looked like and what the inside is, what it's like. I wanted to show what it's like in our relationship with love, parenting, what it means to be two 6'2s in their middle life phase, all of that. So, just to get us started, what does it mean to be a 6'2 generator?
I have no idea.
But something that I really come up against is people who have partners or parents, family members that don't give a shit about human design. Doesn't care. Doesn't care about it. Only cares about sports. I'm always asked to show practical ways that we can use human design, and I thought it would be a great way to watch Derek and I interact, because people just love you. People are just so drawn to you. Yeah. They're not drawn to me.
No. I am.
I don't know why. Love ya. Human design is something that came into our life and then sort of almost took over our life. It became my primary source of income, then my only income, then our family's only income. And for me, that's when I noticed a shift in you, that suddenly you were like, oh, maybe there's something to this. Just experiencing you were kind of like always rolling your eyes at me, and you were maybe in a dark place. What do you think is, with now sort of all the awareness you have about human design just from in our life, even though if you may not get it,
okay,
in our relationship, what do you find to be the biggest challenge?
Oh, God. I should have these questions beforehand.
And maybe just project toward the camera?
I wish I had these questions beforehand.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
What was the question?
Yeah. Okay. What do you find to be one of the greatest challenges in our relationship?
Communication.
I would agree with you, just even based on this, whatever example this was.
Yeah.
We had a breakthrough recently. Okay? We had a breakthrough recently where you let me know, you told me that you're like, I know you think I'm a bad communicator. And I was just like, what? This is completely untrue. Okay? And I didn't know you felt that way. I thought...
It's literally what you told me.
No.
It's literally what I heard.
We don't always hear each other.
I know.
In fact, we maybe never hear each other. Tell us.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel when I ask you a question?
Not good.
Why?
Because I don't like having to think on my feet.
You realize this is a show about me asking you questions?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You did know that. That was told to you.
I was listening.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think you're a bad communicator. I just thought you weren't a frequent communicator. When you come to me and actually speak your truth, I receive it and I try to make an adjustment. It's just that never happens.
No.
And so then I make all these assumptions about things and you're like, I don't know.
Silent?
Yeah! Anyway, so something that a way that I've noticed you use human design is with football. And Derek doesn't give a shit about what it means to live in response or how many times I say, listen to your gut. Recently, within the last few fantasy football, what do you call it? Terms? No, in general, you do a lot of them. This year there's one, last year there was one, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, is that whatever? Okay. I don't care about football. Derek doesn't care about human design. But an interesting way we met in the middle was when I say to Derek a lot to listen to his gut. What does your gut say? What does your gut say? Derek was the person who described to me that listening to his gut was the first feeling that he then started to doubt, that he didn't honor it, he didn't trust it. And where he noticed it was when he was putting a player in for his fucking fantasy football. And you didn't listen to your gut, and the player lit up and got all these points, and you were really devastated. This was a couple years ago already. Then recently, you were like, he was like, I have this gut feeling, I just want to put this player in, I don't know why, I just want to do it. And I'm like, do it!
30 points?
Ugh.
Yeah, it worked out. Won the week.
So, okay. In my experience, when I tried to put this on Derek and force him to understand it, force him to be engaged with it, it didn't go well, and it almost discredited the information. And something that has worked really well for me is learning the information for myself, about our child. Let it change me, and then let other people just witness me as a changed person. Like, something's really, what are they doing? They're in a motorhome? Now they live in a high-rise? What the hell's going on with those two? People are suddenly watching in a different way, observing in a different way. It's such a fun life. They come to it themselves. You're never forcing it on them. You're never showing them, here's how you have to do it. Here's what you need to know. That was really hard for me in the beginning because when I'm excited about something, I always want to share it with you. And I hate that you don't care. And it would cause fights in our relationship. Like, you'd be like, I don't care. You don't have to always fucking talk about human design or the planets.
Yeah. It's a lot.
But you don't always have to talk about football. Like, I don't care. Or sports. And I went along with it for a long time. And it was torture for me. Because I was just trying to, like, fulfill this thing I thought you wanted, and I was suffering. And our relationship was suffering and didn't do very well.
Yeah.
Can I explain to you what it means to be a 6'2"? I'm going to explain it to you. I don't need to ask you. I'm just going to tell you.
That's what I thought we were doing here.
Okay. A 6'2", there are certain profiles in human design. And what the profile means is you come into this life and you're in a movie. This is the set. The world is the set. And you're playing a character. What's your role? And your role is called the role model hermit. I'm also a role model hermit, but obviously we're very different. So if you think about, you're watching, like one of your murder things, okay? There's two investigators.
Yeah.
One investigator is like super charming and like getting all the information. And then the other investigator is like the tough one, like watching, observing, not saying anything. They're both playing the same role, but they have different styles of executing that role. We're both playing the role model hermit, and that's called a 6'2" profile. What that means is we are hermits. We like to do our own thing.
Love that.
Remember when we were first dating and I was like, my favorite thing about you is that we can be alone together?
Yes.
That's Hermit. Hermit also has certain natural abilities that they're just good at. Certain talents, good at things without trying.
Sounds like me.
And they're also very humble. And the six has 3 significant life phases. 0 to 30, 30 to 50-ish, and beyond. But just letting your life change you. You've had some hard things happen in your life.
Yeah.
Just letting them change you and living as a changed person. And people just see that. We have fun. It's our mantra when things get tough. Let's give something juicy, okay? What was a particularly challenging time in our life together as a couple? We'll wait.
It'll be a month. I don't know. I guess having a kid was pretty challenging.
Oh my god. Yeah, Derek.
I gotta go potty.
Like, duh. Not that there's like a right answer, because there's been so many hard things.
Yeah.
That was really hard.
I don't know, it just changes your whole life. Every way imaginable. The care for a human being.
Yeah.
It's no longer about you anymore. It's about the child.
I really felt my like immediate family shift. Like suddenly I wasn't thinking of like my mom or sister in the same way, but I suddenly felt like Derek and Hawksley were the first people I think of.
For sure, yeah.
Like I obviously thought of you when we were in a relationship together, but it changed once he was there.
Yeah.
My immediate family suddenly shifted. And now I'm not as comfortable around my mom, my sister, as I am with you.
What?
Tell me about your life right now. Tell me when we are looking at your life, what's it like?
Stay-at-home dad. I wake up, make coffee. Usually find something for Hawk to do, give him breakfast. Just take care of the kid all day.
I would like
Homeschooling.
I would like to swoop in. Derek doesn't like coffee. But he makes it every day.
I don't know why he stared at me for so long after that.
He doesn't like coffee, but it's become our morning ritual. And generators love their rhythms of life.
Love rhythms.
I feel you've really connected to that, knowing that. Like when you work out every day, you feel really good. When we have a lot of conversations about life, you don't feel very good. Tires you out. And I could talk all day. Working out?
I work out all day.
That literally sounds like
Maybe not all day.
like torture me by making me run on a treadmill all day. That would be my torture.
Treadmills.
So what do you do there?
The bike.
It's so boring to me. What do you think about when you're there? It's so boring.
I have music playing. I listen to my music, and I get my energy out, and
I mean, that's true. Coming back to the coffee. Derek doesn't like coffee, but I liked coffee, so we started having coffee in the morning, and now I said, let's stop having coffee. And he's like, He can't stop because it's part of his rhythm. It's what he does in the morning. But you don't even like coffee.
fun creamer is good.
Fun creamer, you don't like coffee. And it gives you the poops.
Not this new stuff. I think we might have found the one.
I mean, not a bad life.
Not a bad life.
Before living in the high rise, what was our life like?
We were in the motorhome.
Tell it as a story instead of just spitting out facts.
Man. Why don't you tell it as a story?
I mean, because this is also about you. About us. About being 6'2" on the roof.
What was the motorhome like? Is that the question?
This is where I do feel these need to come in and save you sometimes when I can feel the pressure. Because this is what tires you, right?
Exhausted.
You're exhausted? We've been like 5 seconds.
Yeah, my legs are asleep.
Wait, well, maybe you could change positions.
I think it's the couch.
I know we need a new couch.
Low to the ground.
Maybe someone will sponsor us and give us a couch. Could you imagine?
That'd be-
I'm gonna keep that in there. I'm really showing some, But it is uncomfortable.
Boost rating.
So what are you liking the most about homeschooling Hawksley?
Just spending time with Hawksley.
Great. I had just sort of started this business. Not even. I had this was going for a while. I had changed up the business and was making money in a new way. And Derek was drilling part-time, just picking up casual work, and it caused a lot of fights. I really felt like I couldn't do what I wanted to do when you were working. The construction life was like you're gone at 5 a.m. at home at 7 at night, and I'm here with a child. To me, that was a completely unfair dynamic where then you're home for an hour with your child. You have no relationship with him as far as I'm concerned because you see him an hour a day. Like now, spending every day with him, you realize how much we are missing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like he's so smart. Where did he learn to do that? It's just witnessing him is just a whole other thing. But it was hard on our romantic relationship. I was working from home, having this child, and it was just not realistic. And at that point, I was already making the bulk of our income. So I was like, why are you even doing this? You're working ridiculous hours, exhausting yourself. You have no more energy for me, no energy for the child. You've been caught in this game. I want you out of it. I want you out of it. You're gonna quit. But he did. Derek had his own business, his own drilling business, and he was miserable in it, and I was trying to point it out to him. And when he finally decided to close that business, he went through a depression.
Yep.
And we then decided to travel in the motorhome. Like the trust that we have in our relationship is insane because it's like, oh, let's sell our things and buy a motorhome. Okay. No income between the two of us. But let's just try it. But I really was like, trust me, I'll figure it out. And you really did. You really have this unwavering trust in me and I have it in you, and it freaks me out sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, he could fuck me and just leave.
Where'd I go?
Toma.